Hey guys, my name is Pax from VanDentPro, and I've had a couple comments and requests to do a video on the Stanliner Fender tool. Is it worth it? Heck yeah. Let's go check it out. All right, here it is, guys. This is the Stanliner Fender tool. I've had this for over 2 years, and this design is a little bit different. It's got a more rectangular head, and there's a few features I really want to show you. One is, the length here. It's about 20-something inches, and it's made specifically for Fenders. So what I mean is this bend here is pretty much perfect for leveraging off of a tire. Another really big feature about it is that if you take a look here, that the weld for the dolly head is at the back of it, at the top of it, and you have sort of a hook down kind of action here. So with it hooked down like that, it actually is really useful for some vehicles to hook down into the bottom lip area. It doesn't get all the way to the bottom on some of them, but it is really useful for getting in there. So you can do like the pushing out with the leverage off a tire, pushing out. But what I really like to do is to roll it like in this kind of action here. And what that does, the movement, without making any marks, it can help show you where your tool is. And also that rolling action actually sweeps in the metal from the outside in. So it's a really different effect. So we're not really, you can push it straight and out. It's a very soft push, but that sweeping action is really, really gentle on the metal without, blowing it out. It can save you from blowing out a fender sometimes. And just the fact that you can sweep it in and still lift it out without making any marks, that's pretty much ideal for PDR. All right, so another thing that I should explain is that this thing is really, really, to get access to the flat part of the face, this thing is really, really good on medium-sized SUVs. I don't work on a lot of large trucks, so I can't really comment on that. Maybe if you have some experience with it on bigger vehicles and lifted vehicles, let me know in the comments below. And so the thing is, like when it's on a medium-sized SUV, like I'll show an example in this video on a CRV that I fixed. It had paint damage, but I think it's time-lapse, but I think it's gonna really show you how smooth this thing moves the metal. And I'm rolling it most of the time, and I have some pushes in there too when I really need it. So you'll see, I'll have a video from the back where it actually hooks down and gets right at the bottom there. Another thing to note is that if you're working on really low cars, like BMWs, Euro cars and whatnot, you might have a hard time without lifting it up to adjust the contact. So as the tire gets closer to the lip, you're gonna be accessing more on this kind of angle. So you're gonna be on this edge more. So you have to be a little bit careful. It can be quite sharp if you're rolling here. It's quite a powerful tool. So I wanted to show you this tool, this bend, and let's take a look at it compared to a killer whale. So putting them together, you can see that the kick is really different. It's a lot higher and a slower bend compared to the standard killer whale bend. So the killer whale bend is pretty universal. It's very close to the pirate hook and other I would say most versions of the pirate hooks and killer whales have that kind of lower, slower bend to it. So actually, I just got this tool too. This is called the rolling spoon. And this is also more similar. It's a little bit different, but the kick is actually even less than the killer whale. So what it reminds me of is the original killer whale. This is the first version of the killer whale from when I went for training in 2018 in Lithuania. So as you can see, the kick is like really similar to that. But the big difference here is, so this is the first gen killer whale. I think it was shown at one of the PDR college seminars in MTE 2018. And this is the new rolling spoon. So one of the things is this guy is not shaved at all. It's half-inch throughout, just like the Fender tool. This one's half-inch too. But it's got the kick of the lower kick on it. So I'm still playing around with it, looking at different applications for it. But basically, wherever I use this one, I can use this too, but with more power. Right, and for the dent guys and the guys in the trade, this is what it looks like in the fade. Let's see if I can get right there. That's where the crease was. Where's my finger? There. Yeah. And these are like the highlight tools I used. I would highlight these ones. So again, this is the rolling spoon. I've been using the crap out of this thing. It's been really nice. It's got that dolly head. Yeah, it's kind of like the Fender tool, but it's got a lower kick. I'm gonna do a video on this, comparing it to those like the Fender tool, killer whale, and pirate hook. It was a really big deal for this repair. This guy going into here, going underneath, was really helpful. It was just right. And when the fender damage is bad enough, you can lay some hot glue on this guy. Like this next video I'll show you of a HSS Lexus fender I did. It was kinked up pretty bad, and you really need the power to get it out, to rough out the fender first. Stuff like that, you just have to really go at it hard in the beginning, or else you can't get the shape right. So the strategy is to rough it out with glue on it, with hot glue on it, and get the general shape out and then refine it. And guys, sometimes you really just have to heave on a dent. It's a sacrifice move, but sometimes we just gotta get that general structure back out first before we start doing our refinement, or else we don't get that shape at the end, and you have to do later at the end anyways. So what I'm recommending here is using some hot glue on the face of this dolly head. This is going to give you a really strong surface, flat surface to push off of to get that shape back. Like in this example, I'm going to show you on a Lexus HSS fender. It's a Lexus NX and it's kinked really hard. And HSS, when it's kinked hard, it's super hard to move. So, and you'll notice, like once I start getting that area up, it's not pretty, but it really shows like the areas that are really tied up, are locked up really bad. So where I can focus my energy for my next steps to this repair. Another thing about the Fender tool, so the new head on these, it's going to look more like this. It's more oval shaped, and what I like, one of the things you can do with them is that you can push, like if you're working on a large fender dent using this tool, you're rolling, and you need like a sharper push at some points to finish it out. So what you can do is you can attack it from you can push straight up from the corners. So that gives you some finishing ability with this, with the single one tool. But the thing is, this is a rectangular head. Now with the rounded head, I think it's an improvement because you're actually pushing on the arc up here. So the finish is going to be a little bit better, like more like orange peel. I like that a lot better so far from what I can see. Oh yeah, just going back. So this one, as I said, the well is attached at the top of the dolly head, or over here. You can see that. Yeah. And then this one here, it's attached at a different spot. So I'm just going to rotate that so you can see there. See that how it's attached at the bottom? So it's a difference from the Fender tool. You can use both of them on roofs. I can see this being used up a Fender tool too as well. You can slide it further up because this one, because it's got such a large bend on it, it's going to get stuck at some point when you get up higher on the fender. So something with a lower kick like this is going to help you access like the very top body line, maybe that area. All right, so yeah, that's all I got to say. Thanks for checking out this video again. I do have another video I'm going to be working on soon. I'm just collecting like a lot of old footage, so it's all not going to look like this talking head video. For this one and for the next one, I'm going to continue like the Stanliner application videos using the crane family still. And I just want to explain the reason why I chose the crane family is because you can do a lot of stuff with them. It's not just that tool though, so once you get the idea of like how to do the different techniques with it, like rolling in different directions, parallel to the light, perpendicular light, dragging, you can do that with a lot of the tools. Like with tools like this, and even both the killer whale tails, I do a lot of sliding, dragging action with it. These are really good tools to start out with dragging. Dragging in order to sweep the metal in, because it's got a really soft surface. You can drag with the sharper tools, like the very sharp blade of the cranes, but I would start with something like this. And there's a few things I should explain to you to help you while you practice it, because it can go bad if there's a few key points I need to share with you. But please hang on. I'm operating my paintless dent repair business in my city, and also making these videos for you guys. So yeah, hang on tight. And guys, Thank you again so much for checking out this video. Share it with your friends, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You don't want to miss the next few videos on the Stanliner applications. I think it's going to really add something to your PDR game, or if you're just interested in how metal moves, like how unintuitive it is. It's crazy. Anyways, thanks guys, peace, take care of yourselves and never give up. All right, ciao.